No background check. Dems exempted Pakistani IT aides from background checks by Amy Moreno for truthfeednews.com. Yeah, whatever happened to the Awan brothers that we never heard about till now? Let's listen to this. The political party who is so worried about foreign interference in our elections and politics are not requesting background checks on foreign nationals who have access to classified information. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Does it? I don't think so. This is unbelievable. No background checks on classified material, but the American people can't know because it's classified. That's their comment. Oh, and not in this setting. We can't answer that question because it's classified. But yet these people have access to classified information without background checks? What is this trying to tell us? That the country was being set up to be taken down from the inside. That's precisely what happened regarding Pakistani brother who did IT work for the Democrat Party and made unauthorized access. From the Daily Caller, every one of the 44 House Democrats who hired Pakistan-born IT aides who later allegedly made unauthorized access to congressional data appears to have chosen to exempt them from background checks according to congressional documents. All of them appear to have waived background checks on Imran Awan and his family members, even though the family of server administrators could collectively read all the emails and files of 1 in 5 House Democrats. And despite background checks being recommended for such positions, according to an Inspector General's report, the House security policy requires officers to fill out a form attesting that they've initiated background checks, but it also includes a loophole allowing them to simply say that another member vouched for them. Among the red flags in Abid's background were a $1.1 million bankruptcy, 6 lawsuits against him or a company he owned, and at least 3 misdemeanor convictions included for DUI and driving on a suspended license, according to Virginia court records. Public court records show that Imran and Abid operated a car dealership referred to as CIA that took $100,000 from an Iraqi government official who is a fugitive from U.S. authorities. Numerous members of the family were tied to cryptic LLCs such as New Dawn 2001, operated out of Imran's residence, Virginia operation records show. Imran was the subject of repeated calls to police by multiple women and had multiple misdemeanor convictions for driving offenses, according to court records. If a screening had caught those, what officials say happened next might have been averted. The House Inspector General reported on September 20th, 2016, that shortly before the election, members of the group were logging into servers of members they didn't work for, logging in using congressmen's personal usernames, uploading data off the House network, and behaving in ways that suggested nefarious purposes, and that steps are being taken to conceal their activity. A pair of closely held reports on Imran Awan, his brothers Abid and Jamal, his wife Ina Alvi, and his friend Rao Abbas said the shared employees have not been vetted. Example, background checks. Shared employees means they were all hired as part-time individual employees by individual members, cobbling together $165,000 in salaries. Jamal began making a salary at only 20 years old. That's all. You see the amount of money they were being paid? According to House payroll records, Abid never went to college, his stepmother said. And Rao Abbas Most recent job experience was being fired from McDonald's, according to his roommate. Whether they had formal training or not, they were trained on the job by Imran, one of Imran's lawyers said. Among the 44 employers, the primary advocate for the suspects has been Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz of Florida, who introduced a bill Monday that would require background checks on Americans purchasing ammunition. Without bullets, a gun is just a hunk of useless metal, she said, calling ammunition the loophole in gun control policy. Wasserman Schultz was also chair of the Democratic National Committee when WikiLeaks published its emails. The WikiLeaks emails show that the DNC aides called Imran when they needed the password to her device. Since then, she and other Democrats have described cyber breaches in the strongest possible terms, such as an act of war, as an assault on our democracy. But there is no indication Democrats put those concerns into practice when they entrusted the Pakistani dual citizens with their data, nor when suspicious activity was detected. Police banned the suspects from the network after the IG report, but Wasserman Schultz kept Imran on staff anyway. He was in the building and in possession of a laptop with the username Representative Debbie Wasserman Schultz. Months later, according to an April 6, 2017 police report, the House Security Policy, HISPOL 16, says House offices shall ensure background checks as defined in this policy have been conducted on privileged users. It includes quarterly reviews of privileged accounts, appropriateness. By the time the policy was enacted, some members had dropped the Awans for assorted reasons, including Kristen Sinema of Arizona in early 2015 for what her spokesperson called incompetence. Well, the $1.1 million bankruptcy in itself would be enough to stop many employers from giving access to sensitive data. Excessive indebtedness increases the temptation to commit unethical or illegal acts in order to obtain funds to pay off the debts. So financial problems are the number one killer of security clearances, according to clearancejobs.com. For each server administrator and authorizing official from the member's office must fill out a form on which the office attests. I have assessed the risk of the prospective privileged account holder via background check process outlined in HISPOL 16. However, there is an alternative. I have verified that a trustworthiness determination has been made on behalf of this shared resource by another member. So, you think Imran Awan wanted to pay off this $1.1 million bankruptcy debt? No, not at all. Debbie Wasserman Schultz wants to take away the bullets that I heard about a couple of days ago. We're being flooded by illegals now at this point. But where is the prosecution? Nobody's heard anything about what's going on. Yeah, we know all about the Imran and the Awan brothers. So what's taking place with that? What's going on with that? Where is he? Where are his whereabouts? Is he in jail? Oh, nobody knows. You see where I'm going? This is like what's going on in this country. It's beyond me. And you see how they infiltrated Congress's laptops? Because they have crap on them, you see? That's why Congress is not doing their job. Because they're a bunch of perverts, so that's what I'm thinking. They have some very perverted things on their computers that Awan got hold of where they're being blackmailed. So our whole Congress, basically, a lot of them are compromised, you know? There's no other explanation other than this. What happened to Awan? One of my people on my channel was saying, yeah, and I said, yeah, that's true. And today, this popped up. But Debbie Wasserman says, take away the bullets from the people. Now we're being invaded, so everybody's left defenseless. Isn't that terrific, right? Let me know what you guys think. I don't know. I'm at a loss. And again, thank you so much for watching.